So we have a special guest today. We got Bob Ross.
Oh, I pause this again. We're talking. Stop talking over here.
Benjamin, are you trying to bring in? Yes. We also got Krishna.
So it looks like we're live. Looks like we're good. Heck yeah.
And then we also have a Krishna here.
Oh, that's pretty good. I like that.
Sorry, we're just
entertaining. You're entertaining.
Trying.
Perfect. So today we're going to be talking about our chakras and our aura, which are energy centers in our body. Yay! So we're going to talk about all that. Destiny's here, and I get a hello. Well, you, Destiny. Welcome.
And this is Loki. Can I do a quick hello to her? Oh, hello! Oh. Destiny.
Yeah.
And Angie, let's do it together for her. Join in, Destiny, or anybody following. 1, 2, 3.
Injured. I'm sorry, I'm injured. We're gonna have to work on my chakras.
It does all right. We weren't in tune. It's okay. So we can now. So if you're all joining us, however you want to do it.
Yeah. So
and that's called the wolf chakra.
Yeah, we do need a wolf chakra. Oh, she's howling, and she put the woofie. She gets it. So we've been jamming to our Blue Heavens Adventure Spotify list, haven't we? It's all over the place.
This is Benjamin. It is amazing. Right now we have Sentimental Lady from Bob Welch. We can say that we're just not singing the songs, but that's an amazing. I've
got Don't Let Me Down from the Chainsmokers is what's on mine currently. It's all over the place. Like it's been so good. It's like it's fun, but yeah, you can also like connect spiritually to God, and then there's like good drums and stuff. It's been wonderful. She said, "How do I join it?" Okay, how do we join this Spotify playlist? Should we share it on our Facebook?
Yes, and then how you do it here? I'm getting on Michelle. Get over here. Hi, it's me.
Tell her in.
So I got to get over here. So I'm going to go to the library.
Okay.
Go to it over here. So you're going to want to get on the Spotify playlist, and that is what it's called, Our Blue Heavens Adventure Tunes. Me and Angie's add. This is for anybody to add, and you would hit this little icon of the head. I'm going to hit it here to show, and I just want to say invite collaborators, and then that sounds like you can just over here add your own music and things like that.
Okay.
So then you just would add your own tunes, or you probably just as well, you find a song and add like that too. So
perfect.
So like if you have a playlist and you want to add, try it that way. If not, then just hit the song and then share it to Our Blue Heavens Adventure Tunes.
Perfect.
So, and that's, and it's easy. So one of the two will work. So.
And I got to see like my friend Mike, they had an Iron Fest for him this year where they celebrated his life and his awesomeness. And there was a band called Clover's Curfew. And oh my Lord, they were so good. And actually the band before them that I saw in a different room was called Maharaja. Mm-hmm. And it was just 3 dudes, but the intensity of them was insane. The dude's drummer, like just going, and he like had like demon eyes looking at you because he was just, in the flow of this intense drumming, and it just like shook everything out of me. And Scott's like, it's so weird to be in a room where everybody's just like going like this. So we're like, we are, man. It's like all in different beats, just like feeling the intensity of the amps and the sounds and the drums and the guitar and the bass. And it was just like, it was so good. It was so good.
And this is Benjamin, I love how they honor him. How long has this been going on, Angie? Talk a little bit about this for people that don't know about this.
This was year 13. So our friend Mike died in 2010, and he was a local guy, bartender. He played bass for a lot of local bands, Oxford Drain, Dandelion Death, Hukura, a little bit of everything. Him and my ex-husband and a bunch of friends would just like come over and they would just jam. Like they would get drunk and then they would just jam. Drunken Stupor was another one of his bands with my ex-husband where they just got drunk and wrote stuff. But Mike was he was a really cool guy. And his friend John is like a roadie for Against Me, and he sets all this stuff up. Like, I don't know what his title is. He's like Mr. Music Guy, where he sets up this stuff. He goes all out, and he does it for his friend Mike, and it's awesome. He was the drummer, and Oxford Drain, where Mike was the bassist. So it's like his friends get together every year and celebrate him, and there's new people to come, and each night there's 30 bands. Because the deal was, like, I guess when John and Mike were talking one night, because they lived together towards the end, he was like, if one of us dies, we need to like have a festival to celebrate the other one and have way too many bands for just a ridiculously cheap amount of money. And it started as like $5 for all these bands. Now it's $10 for all these bands. And it's a hell of a show. And it's so neat to see Mike's face everywhere. Like it's still about him. And I just love it. What an awesome way to celebrate someone's awesomeness.
And this is Benjamin. And why I bring this up first, it deals with the chakras. And let's talk about Mike. He had a heart of connectiveness with the heart chakra. And that just shows when you connect with that heart chakra, what can happen even after. So I wanted you to bring that up to get people. Absolutely. It's all about love. And he loved when he was here, he loved in that, and look, the legacy after 13 years. Now tell everybody, which is what I love about this. Where does the money go to after all of this? Where does the money for all of this? Now, beforehand, I know beforehand went to. Now I don't know anymore, right. But beforehand, let's talk about what the friend John did.
So the money used to go to his daughter and his wife. But now that Bailey is over 18, I'm not sure that the money still goes to her, but it might. But yeah, he was helping out the family also. So
and again, that's about your heart chakra.
Yeah.
It's about being rooted, and that's about your heart chakra. So it all deals with your chakras. When you have a clear chakra and you touch lives, that's why spiritual teachers, deities, this is why Angie, thank you so much, Angie. It's applaud Angie for this whole chakra and aura teaching. And that because of Mike, his heart, it was the heart chakra, but it affected so many people around him, and his aura was a giving aura. Yeah. So, and that is still giving back 13 years later. And can you imagine being his daughter or any of the family associated and being in that, saying that is my dad? And so there's a lot of components to this. I mean, his name lives on, and I love that. And even if his name isn't living, the energy of him is living on. So that's also your chakra, your heart chakra, your root. This is all in these upper chakras and stuff. We're going to get into surprise chakras, but that's not surprise. But I wanted to begin, that's the connectiveness is your heart chakra and your root. So this was, I thought, perfect beginning. That's how to discuss your chakras.
Perfect. And the word chakra is a Sanskrit word, which means a disc or a wheel. And it refers to the energy centers in our body. So that's what we're talking about. A chakra is an energy wheel or energy center. We have more than 7, but 7 are the main ones from the base of our spine to the crown of our head. So those are the ones that we are going to be talking about today. And then afterwards, we're going to do a quick clearing of these. So that's going to be awesome. And we're going to talk about our aura and all kinds of stuff today. So it should be a great learning day. And I got a lot of information from this book that I got I was a senior in high school. So this book I had for like 26 years. I'm aging myself over here, but this is great. And this shows our chakras from the base of our spine is red all the way up to the crown chakra, where we get into violet or white. And if you think about it, that's a rainbow. What? It's like we have a rainbow inside of us, you guys. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to get into all this stuff because it's going to be awesome. Awesome.
Absolutely. And this is a very important subject as well, so Angie, let's go ahead and let's do I could clear like an energy for everybody. I mean, you might be surrounded some negative, just some clearing energy, and we're going to, just kind of whatever day you've been having, we're going to bring you into our show or whatever we want to call this. Yeah. So we'll bring you in. So I will start, Angie, and then we'll just go in. We'll go back and forth. If anybody has anything they'd like to add to this, please add it to comments, because everybody has their own. So I'm just going to say, let's first take a deep breath. And let's hold that. Let's just kind of let that go and see how good that feels. We're relaxed. And while we're doing this, we're going to bring in some good golden light, white light from the highest divine. So let's breathe in, hold, and let's just let that go. So let's just kind of, and then now we're going to just, when we breathe in, now we're going to take this light and we're going to go all the way down to our feet and root to Mother Earth, Gaia, past our root chakra. So this time we're going to breathe in. And let's just root it. Now we are grounded. We are rooted. Now let's breathe in now, and let's bring up the Mother Gaia energy that we're all, you humans and beings, are made up from this planet. So let's breathe that energy in. Let's breathe it out. Now you're connected to your Mother Earth. We are up. We're connected up. We're connected below. And we got this golden light inside of us, bringing it in. So Angela, we will add it over here to you. And this is from the divine, for all of this is from the divine part. And they told me to stop here and go over here to the other priestess.
All right. Well, I feel good. Are we ready to proceed?
We can proceed, yes.
Oh, perfect. I pulled a card and it said, what the mind can conceive and believe can achieve. So we're going to talk about our blocks, how to fix this stuff. So let's just dive right in. So our first chakra is at the base of our spine, and it's called our root chakra because it roots us to Mother Earth. Mm-hmm. Its color is red. The element that corresponds to it is earth. It's connected to our sense of smell. Its main emotion is fear. Its truth is all is one. And its basic principle is I am. It represents our physical state of being, our sense of family, a sense of social belonging, as well as our sense of safety and security. Its body parts are everything down there, our anus, our digestive system, our bones, our nails, our teeth, our structure, right? It's all those things. And each of these things have a gland associated with it, as well as organs. So this gland is our adrenal gland, which is producing our adrenaline. If we have an imbalance, some physical symptoms we may experience are extreme fatigue, weight loss, loss of appetite, low blood pressure, low blood sugar, nausea, diarrhea or vomiting, abdominal pain, muscle joint pain, irritability, some emotional imbalances, fearful, feeling unsafe, unstable, anxious, ungrounded, disassociated, spacey, airy, afraid, angry. So how do we heal these things? I've got some affirmations. So why don't we say them as we're going, right? I am safe.
I am safe. This is Michelle.
Perfect.
I am safe.
I am grounded.
I am grounded.
I am free to express my authentic self.
Free to express my authentic self. Oh, you can feel that one. Yes.
So other things we can do to heal this, there's a gemstone associated with every chakra. Everyone has a mantra, aroma, and a yoga, and there's physical things that we can do. I'll post all this stuff on our page because, again, I made little sheets of all this stuff because this is a very big topic, but I really wanted to bring it into what do we need to know here. So if you're having a problem in this chakra, which I think most of us do, gardening is a great thing that we could do. If we don't want to garden, at least go outside and connect to Mother Earth. Go barefoot, go grounding. It trades the ions of your body into this Earth Mother. It aligns your energy. It fixes you to where you're supposed to be. So try to close your eyes and rely on your intuition to feel the nature, the trees, feel the oneness of everything all around you. This will help heal this chakra too, to feel safe and grounded here. If we're feeling spacey and airy and all these problems, it's because we don't feel safe here. God wants us to feel safe.
And this is Loki, and this feels like this is a perfect. And this is also the analogy at the beginning. Angela's also been posting our old, from the very beginning, Facebook Lives on YouTube. Please check those out. And we're talking about being out of the cave. And I had forgotten the other version of me had left the cave. because I remember this is a different part of me. So I've heard about, so this feels appropriate to mention the cave briefly.
Yeah.
If you're feeling unsafe or whatever these emotions that are talking about in your root chakra, you're going to feel more tendencies to hibernate and go into your cave. Sometimes it's not noticeable when your root chakra is off. Sometimes I don't believe humans really will pay attention. I think this one's the most abused out of all your chakras. This one and another one we're going to get to, and I will mention when we get to this particular chakra, because I want to pay attention to the root with Angela right now. But actually, if any of them are, but these two to me are the most key. And this one, people don't pay attention to. So if you're feeling unsafe or uncertain in situation, then that is, and you're in your cave hibernating and you're losing your focus. Well, you're not rooted to Mother Gaia. And it's very simple to get a firm, the affirmations that Angela mentioned are perfect. Say that. If you are a person that's a visual, just imagine closing your eyes, saying these affirmations and, I am safe, I am grounded, and be affirmative about it. And because that's what your most divine wants you to know. And you are grounded. You are Mother Earth. You're everything that that he is, he or she is, or Krishna, whomever you concept of the universe to be. So please do these things. But if you feel like you're in a cave, hibernating, unsure of things, hard making decisions, or procrastination, all of these things go alongside with the cave, or you're angry, you're frustrated. And this can be as well. And it's going to be very good for you just to kind of root yourself twice a day, honestly, to make sure these emotions aren't coming forth and you can achieve your best light, your best version of who you are. So that's all I would like to add, because it goes right alongside over here.
Perfect. Well, let's move on to the next one. That was perfect. Perfect. I love this. Our second one is our sacral chakra. So it's above our root and below our belly button. It's orange. Its element is water. Its sense is taste. Its biggest emotion is guilt. Its truth is honor one another. Basic principle, I feel. This represents our creativity and our sexuality, as well as our feelings of power, control, money, and relationships. Body parts, pelvic girdle, reproductive organs, kidneys, bladder, bodily fluids, blood, lymph, gastric juices, and sperm. Its glands are the gonads. A symptom of imbalance physically, low libido, sexual and reproductive issues, pain and stiffness in back and hips. Emotional imbalance, you'll have detachment, isolation, anxiety, loneliness, out of touch with emotions, overwhelm, romantic issues, inability to express your emotions in a healthy way, lack of creativity and inspiration, shame, and doubt. So how do we heal? Affirmations, I am creative. It is safe to express my sexuality. I am comfortable in my body. I am in touch with my feelings, and happiness is my birthright. Physical things. You may need to adjust your diet and listen to how your body responds to food. Drink plenty of water throughout the day. Work on healthy boundaries with relationships. Take a warm bath with Epsom salt and baking powder. Try ending your cleaning regimen with a cold shower and deep cleansing breaths. That helps also.
And
what do I have to say about sacral chakra?
And this is Locaeus.
Perfect.
I haven't been here in a while. So I'm going to be out more and more. But it's about our beautiful people out here. So I'm going to, and this feels good because I'm going through all of these things right now. And as deity, it's probably good for everybody to see. But if you're feeling a loss of, and this as well can be a sneaky one as well, a lot of romantic relationships or things like that, this one can sneak. If this was not cleared, it can bring a lot of problems, like infertility and things like that. It can bring stress on this particular chakra. If you're not feeling like sometimes, maybe today, usually let's say you clean and this is your thing, or you're organized, and today you're just in this organization. If the chakra is not, this is talking about this particular chakra. It is because it is mistaken as a sexual, but it also carries a lot of other important functions as the human does not understand. Each chakra is very important, but to understand. And I'm glad, as Benjamin said, Angela brought this to our attention, because it says, I don't feel spiritual teachers bring this up enough. Honestly, this one should be like once a month, really, to me. But but it can sneak up on you, and you need to be very aware, creative. Like one day you felt creative, next day you're not, or whatever. And that, but how, when you clear this chakra and you're affirmative, and again, as Loki said, be affirmative as well, and do the affirmations, that Angie mentioned. It'll help you, and it's another ones you can do is, if you're not comfortable in your sexuality or whatever, I am a powerful female. I'm a powerful male. I am balanced in my yin and yang. If you don't feel balanced, I am balanced, and because that's what this chakra deals with. And I am in my sexual empowerment. Maybe that's to say you don't feel like, let's just say as a woman, you feel, and I'm just using this as a woman standpoint. And this goes for men and women, but using as an example, you've been raped or whatever as a woman. Let's just say you don't feel, and you're scared and you're backing up on away from relationship. This chakra is affected. One of the chakras affected, by the way, just one of them. There's several I could be, but this one's the main, is I'm in my sexual empowerment. I am a noise, but I am love. I am unconditional love. I am in my own, so the more you empower with affirmations, believe it or not, you can clear your chakra just by affirming that to you, that you are safe. Again, your root have to be for this one and that one. So it's very important. So that was my example, but that one'd be a good one. If any identity, whatever, that would be the one to work with the affirmations and stuff on that. So, but that would be as well to add.
Perfect. So our next one is our solar plexus chakra, and it is like it's like above our belly button and under our rib cage. Its color is yellow, element fire, sense of sight, emotion of guilt. Its truth is to honor self. Its basic principle is I do. This represents the shaping of being, our personality, our self-esteem, and our gut instinct. Body parts: lower back, abdomen, digestive system, stomach, liver, spleen, gallbladder, nervous system. Its gland is the pancreas. Symptoms of physical imbalance: fatigue, over or under eating, excessive weight gain, digestive system disorders, hypoglycemia, and diabetes. Emotional imbalance: low self-esteem, trouble making decisions, and control issues. How to heal affirmations: I feel calm, confident, and powerful. I feel ready to face my challenges. I feel motivated to pursue my purpose. We can go outside on a sunny day, feel the warmth of the sun, or take a walk. You can work on meditation and work on self-confidence. And to work on self-confidence, my oldest daughter, her therapist said that she needed to work on her confidence. And she's like, how am I just supposed to do that? And I guess people do just say, work on this. Well, when you hear negative feedback about yourself, replace it with positive. This is how you fix this, because we tell ourselves negative things all day long. Stop it. Replace it with positive things. This builds our confidence.
And this is Benjamin, and I'm going to bring another one. This is going to be, and I'll make it brief, but you are your thoughts. You are your thoughts. And wherever your focus goes, that's where your mind is going to go. That's just how the mind goes. And it's easier for a human mind to connect to that negative than a positive. So when this chakra is out, you're not out or not, clear, you don't feel empowered. You feel weak in that. And by the way, you're addressing some of the weaker, because we are the shadow parts. And this is, so everybody understands that Melchizedek, this is the parts of the, not dark, but the parts of misunderstanding and illusion, where Angie's going to deal with the higher, so when we say higher, both are high. It's just how you choose to see this, and that the reality to the illusion would make more sense. So, right. So that is it. So we're going to bring in another one, and that his name is Cosmo. We all know Cosmo. And so I will just warn everybody, me and him, because of everything that's happened. When I try to come back, I had to bring Michelle back first. And when I say it's easier, but we get a little confused because he is not, again, a deity, but this feels like a Cosmo. So we're going to bring Cosmo out for this. Y'all, y'all.
It's my dude. I'm a dude.
All I'm going to say, and I'm going to say this before I start anything, This Iron Fest sounds like freaking amazing.
Yes.
And I was with you. So I was with you.
I know you were. You were doing this with me. It was so good, man. It was so good.
The band before, oh my, the drumming and the
yeah. Dude. It was incredible. Like it's really hard. Like it was really hard, but there was just something about the talent and the intensity and the energy of this. The energy was seriously intense. Like that room was filled with
well, it sounds like this mic was full of anyway, so that was perfect anyway, man. And the hoodie, she got a hoodie. Oh my, whoa. Mike, this Mike was a very lucky guy to have. And for real, I mean, so we're going to talk about so we're now on Cosmo. I just wanted to mention this Iron Fest because come on, man. It would have been my jam. I would have been there bartending, been flirting with the chicks.
Yeah. Yeah, you were. You would have.
I would have been. I've been chasing you around saying, Scott, over there.
Yeah.
I would have had to make sure some people weren't there, but I would have been doing it, man. Like other girlfriends didn't know me. Like, is that you, Cosmo? But no. So we'll go back to the chakras now. But when you don't feel empowered, man, oh man, you just are so down. And so this one is important. If you are feeling like lower than crap, this is your garbage center. Yeah. This is where you carry your trash. If you know anything about me when I was in here in life, that was one of my biggest things with trash. I hated it in the physical because I didn't like it in my inner. But I carried it in my inner, but nobody taught me how, hey, Cosmo, this is how you would clear it in here. Nobody taught me. Yeah. So you all are kind of lucky on this. But if you are out and want to clean the environment, feel free to do that. Angie does, and Angie can show you how to do all these things too, because she has a whole thing set. Her and Scott do this. So I would like for her actually to do that because this will empower you, and this does work on this particular chakra, and this will empower you. This one is all about empowerment. I am empowered. I'm in my power, and you don't have to go like me and be a prick about it. I mean, you can if you like, but it's like, and now we're talking about other chakras and it just kind of goes away. But I will have her talk about that because if you're feeling, because you have to not only clean your environment on the outer trash, it's cleaning your trash. And so basically I would just say, yes, your trash chakra, y'all clean that shit, because if you don't, hey, and when you, and one thing to kind of help you out with that, great music like Iron Fest. That's why I did mention that, because music will help clean that garbage. When you're around fun and playfulness, it just pumps you up, and it's like, yeah, it don't matter. You got demonized, man. It's cool because you're really getting into it. And Clover's Curfew, Waterfalls and UFOs. Y'all, check that on our Blue Heavens Adventure tunes. Oh, come on. Great tune.
It's incredible. They wrote that, I guess they 2020 happened, so the world was falling to shit. So they left their home at Long Island to go live in a van and just go drive around. And that's what the song's about. Just driving around and experiencing life, letting go of your fear, and just experiencing what this world has to offer to free yourself. It's so freaking good. The lyrics are so freaking good. The instrumentation, and both these people, there was also a bass player and a drummer, but they weren't there. And it was funny because they were like freaking bassist, and Mike was a bassist. So it was funny to hear all these little dabs at the bassist being a turd. Anyway, it was just them, and they play everything. It was a guy and a girl that played everything. It's freaking incredible.
Well, I was going to say, first off, this mic sounds like an amazing dude. Do not insult the bass player. But anyway, but when you're in your, and also I like that because they did give props, to Pop. They give props to Pop. Come on, you fall in love right there, and the crow and the wolf. Come on. Because those are the elements that make you feel freedom. I mean, for real. I mean, not just it does, but it feels empowered. One thing when Loki howled at the beginning, honestly, that is empowering. That is clearing your trash. It is really the caw, like do anything that makes you feel empowered. By a wolf, something about a wolf's primal nature. Look up wolf if you don't even understand what we're saying. Hey, if Indians can look up to them, y'all can do it too, man. Come on. Right. And if you got some crap about Loki, whoops are cool anyway.
Yeah.
But so I'm going to like stop here. And Angie, for reals, talk about what you do with this, what you do. So other people and wherever they're living, if they're not in Ohio, wherever they're living, can start their own, because I was big when I was here for trash, picking up trash on the outside. And let's say you are having with this and you want to contribute as well. Hey, this is a great way. You are giving into society, but you're clearing your inner trash because you're trying to get your outer world as well clear, which is what I didn't understand why, but you want to clear Mother Nature, but it's also going to keep you rooted. It's going to keep, that's well, that will keep you rooted to Mother Earth and that. And then when I was doing these things, Angie, honestly, I didn't realize that's what I was doing. So that's why I wanted you to talk about this, because I feel this is so important.
It is. Well, I'll do a little like TikTok and something about picking up trash, because I've got a kit, y'all. Like I found a grabber and my husband made me a thing to put my bag on because the wind was blowing my bag around. So we've like perfected a system other than my neighbors don't know what the crap's going on with me picking up trash. Like it confuses the old people that live around here. And I made a vest that's like a neon green so I don't get hit by a car, because the old people living in the neighborhood, right? And they don't drive great. So it says like litter getter, getting litter, right? And then I walk around and people are just like, why is Cincinnati Belle picking up trash? Oh my God, you guys, read the vest. It says litter getter. I'm getting litter over here.
It's the name of a band, man.
How it mind boggles people. Like they're like, no, like you've got to be an escaped convict picking up litter. Like there's no way you're just willingly doing it. I really enjoy it.
Well, and so that would be a good time. Check out TikTok on Blue Heavens as well. Angie does, and we're still waiting for Michelle to do these TikToks because
it's got a learning curve, man. All of these platforms have had a big learning curve. And I haven't done TikTok in a while because I got sick and I couldn't speak, and I just kind of went, oh, I need a break from it all.
Well, Michelle's got the if you're familiar with the 80s floppy disks in the computers. So if you're used to that, that's her brain to the Google 2.0. Because our friend Destiny has that, of course. Hello, girl. How are you? This is Cosmo. I have to. I have to. You know it. Come on, man. I have to. But for real, I'm going to just now bring Michelle back, because you should see this. This is hilarious now. So yeah, check out the TikToks.
Yeah. And
everything. She has some great ones, man. I watch them. I like to say I inspired a lot of them.
You do.
And this is Michelle, and I'm gonna bring it back to Benjamin. I'm back. All right, I'm back. Now I'm gonna try to here, but I hope that helped everybody.
It was great.
Perfect.
So let's move on to the next chakra. It's our heart chakra. Its color is green. Its element is air. Its sense of touch, emotion is grief. Makes sense. Heart center. Truth. Love is divine power. Its basic principle. This represents our devotion to our higher power, abandoning ourself, love, forgiveness, and compassion. Body parts: heart, upper back, thorax, lower part of the lungs, blood circulatory system, and our skin. The gland is our thymus. Symptoms of physical imbalance: fatigue, lowered immune system, heart or lung issues, poor circulation, high or low blood pressure, breathing difficulties. Symptoms of emotional imbalance: shyness, loneliness, depression, anxiety, difficulty with forgiving, hard to feel empathy. How to heal: affirmations: I am loved and worthy of love. Love is all around me and within me. I come from love. I am love, and I'm surrounded and supported by love. To help this, we can deal with some loving kindness meditations. Replace our negative thoughts with positive thoughts. Practice gratitude. Practice these positive affirmations. Forgive yourself and others. And remember, we all make mistakes, and we are all forgiven by our loving creator. So we should offer that to everybody else as well.
And this is Marcus. This felt appropriate.
Yep.
And that is your love, and I am Krishna. So it is.
It's about.
Yes, I do get out of my hammock, And I will also add, this one is very important, and it's from your heart up, connects all of the higher chakras. but it connects all the chakras, but it is most important over here in these upper chakras that we were going to get into. But you have to be in your divine truth. This is where your identity could be. If you are feeling closed off, this is a one that you need to really be looking at, because this one, it just immediately you can get your feelings, and you got to realize you're not separate. Love flows. If even in love it's an illusion that it's separate, but love is not separate. That is an illusion that, for whatever the reasons, and I won't get into, that's not important why, but if everybody feels like you're separate from love, and love is not it's not separate. But when you're in your love, you are in control, baby. You are in control, but you got to know you got this love here. And when you feel it here in your heart, you feel it everywhere else, because without it here, how do you give? Because you don't know how. And Ram Dass had a beautiful, beautiful thing. He even said, sometimes we close off. Easiest way to open this up, he said, and I love Ram Dass. I am particular, taught a lot of Krishna. Don't know why that would make me so happy. But he did say, if you're having troubles, sometimes it starts off by, if you feel you're closed off and you're like, well, how do I open myself back up? And I thought of you, Angie. So I wanted to bring this up and use Angie, if you didn't mind, as an example, because I felt the divine would, and this is perfect. We can use an example and you can relate and you can put this with your own. But Angie has mentioned before, Cleo kind of came around with everything. Okay. So Cleo has been an important family member, and that is her wonderful little puppy dog that has made appearances. Yeah. And she makes it known. She is a very mama protector, but she's a protector of every family member. And she's not fond of Loki, which is very funny. His energy is just very high. In general, she does that to all of us when Angie's working with us. Yeah. But I just want to use that as an example. So Ram Dass's thing was, let's say, Angie, you were at your lowest point. You were at your very lowest point in your life. And then here comes Cleo. And then Cleo started helping you open up to your heart. Now, not that you didn't love your girls. I'm not saying you didn't. It's hard when you are getting put down and put down and put down. And that was a dual thing. That's not just, we're not going to blame one here. That was a dual thing happening, right? And so you already feel low about yourself. So according to Ram Dass, you started with the pet. You start with your pet, or start off with your children. But if for something going on, and so Cleo comes forth, and that's why she comes forth, is open your heart. That open it up. Well, that helped you open up with your girls. Now you're able to open up because she's connecting all of you. So now you're like, wow. So then here comes Scott. And then once you open up to Scott and your girls and everything, and she does, by the way, love her girls. It's just when you have a hard time, you start closing yourself because you don't want to be hurt by anybody at that point. You close off from everybody. And it just become kind of like this parent, like so many, I'm not judging, but sometimes you just kind of, you're parenting, but that's all. No, you're not just a mom. You're not just dad. They look up to you. So, but they love their mom, but mom needs to open up herself. So Cleo comes in and is there for Angie. She's there. She helped out with, and there's when the girls now, when this energy of dad's not there, here's the girls and mom connecting. So here's this, then here comes Scott. So you notice the levels highing up here. So now Angie's able to say God and everything now, because God was showing her through, you start small. So you've seen how the heart works. It's just little steps. So it is, and I'm not saying don't love your child too much and then you forget about your husband or whatever. It's just balancing, and it opens up to everything. But Angie, I thought that was the most beautiful, because when Ram Dass says in this article, I thought to me, it just reminded me of you and how Miss Cleo came forth, but it helped because even the girls opened up to Cleo. That was their best friend. They opened up to her. So she just opened up that whole new world. And then here comes Scott, because you were free to open your heart, because you're like, well, look at this. I can love, because your heart was closed and everything else. So I thought, and thank you, Angie, for letting me use that, because to me that was so that's what Ram Dass was saying about your heart chakra, and sometimes that's all it takes. And then you start seeing the beauty, and you don't have to be like a Krishna or whatever. It's just sometimes when we close off this particular chakra, this can be a devastating, honestly, one, because this can close you off from relationships. This can close you off and keep you in this non-forgiveness state. This can leave you in, this is my karmic debt and I deserve this. No, your past is your past is your past. And we've been watching Tony Robbins, and I'll post this alongside Angie's things. Her name is Sister Shivani, and she has powerful affirmations and talking about different things to add to the affirmations here. And she talks about being happy and how simple it is. But one of them is, I forgive my present. I forgive my present. I forgive any past karmic debt. I forgive all of these things. And I think that's important. You remember that does deal with your heart chakra. So alongside that, I will post that, because that'll be good for everybody, and that as well. And then also affirmations, it's a 21-day habit. 15 minutes before you go to sleep, and 15 minutes when you wake up in the morning are two of the most pivotal times, because that is when the negative thoughts start sneaking in, and what you focus on before you go to bed is what you're going to wake up with. So 21 days, if you can do affirmations, however formulated, find your own affirmations, that work for you. We'll put some examples that work for them, including everything about your chakras. So you can do a checklist. It may be good to have a checklist of your chakras, but do these for 21 days and you'll feel amazing in that 21 days, because that's how long it takes to establish a habit. But that's what I would end on that, because I want to spend a little bit of time on the heart, because when this one here, that will affect all of these upper ones. And then everything else is kind of go. So I wanted to make sure we do understand, if this one's out and you see any signs of you here, or I'm angry, I can't forgive this person, you're giving them power again. Why would you want to live in this hate? Don't give them that power. Angie, when you forgave everything in your past, when your daughter was sick and you saw all that happen, you forgot about all of that. You forgave everything. Like this was because you saw God, and you see your daughter and you see her now. And, that's the power of your heart. It opened your heart back to it, even from your childhood. I believe it you forgave it all. And that is what we do. We forgive it, because you're all you're holding on to is energy that they don't care about. This affects you. So why would you want to hold on to that? This deals with your heart. So let's just let that go. And like I said, I didn't mean to spend so much time, but I've seen too many people fall apart. And I included my wife, watching her for this particular chakra being not into that. And we don't want this as examples for other people. If you are, this been as celebrating has been your example, you're fine. But I'm just saying that's one of hers that was not cleared. And this is what can happen. So we don't want that for other people, and that we would like for you to clear it. And that is very important.
Yeah. So our next one is our throat chakra. Would you see her? Its color is blue. The element is our ether, our sense of hearing. Emotion is lies. Its truth is surrender to divine will. Its basic principle is I speak. This represents our resonance of being, our self-expression, choice, will, and our ability to follow our purpose, faith, and trust the universe. Body parts: neck, throat, jaws, ears, voice, trachea, bronchial tubes, upper lungs, esophagus, and arms. Its gland is our thyroid. Symptoms of imbalance physically: sore throat or hearing difficulties. Symptoms of emotional imbalance: lack of creativity or inspiration, communication issues, difficulty telling the truth. How to heal. Affirmations: I speak my truth lovingly. I uplift myself and others through honest communication. I think before I speak, and speak from a place of love. Physical ways to help it: speaking and owning our truth. Journal your emotions and experience, and take accountability for your actions and choices.
And this is Loki. This felt like appropriate one for me.
Yeah.
We all know I'm all voice. When you start feeling like this part of it here is disempowered, you're not in your truth. So if you notice you're not in your truth. As a matter of fact, I stood, because this was so important to me, is I put for the prediction for this, and it was stand in your own truth and not someone else's version of your truth. For so many times we live in somebody else's truth. And I thought this was very important. It just came to me. The divine said, say it. I go, all right, I shall do that. Use proper English, Loki. You shall do. Here's a floppy brain. Okay. Now, but if you notice you're not in your truth, meaning that you're not speaking truth. You're not being in your own truth. Somebody's gossiping over here about Karen. Yeah, Karen might be, or whatever, or Derek Schmo, whomever, you're just like, wow, man, they've got that nailed. And you go over there and just participate with your cigarette or whatever, and like, oh, this is great, or hot fudge cake, whatever, your divine thing. And you'll notice that is not your truth, because did you ever see Jesus do that? You got to think about that. Did you ever see Jesus in any depiction of any Jesus? Did you see him? And the disciples did it. They did do this, by the way. They were always gossiping. How would I know that? But you didn't see Jesus in any way, anywhere in the Bible, any depiction going, oh, man, these people, that woman that hit my robe, she just touched my robe, took the power out of me. What was she thinking? My God. Just, you never, he didn't go, yeah, Karen. I didn't want to help Karen, but geez, she just, oh man, and Derek over there and the kids and no, you never heard Jesus do any of that. So my example is, if you can't imagine Jesus doing it, don't do it. Just seems appropriate. Jesus was out, right? He was out playing with the children. He was one of the kids. He loved kids. He was a kid. He loved, and when he had to have time out, he was always in his truth. When he had to have time out, he would go up to the mountain, and he always lived in his truth. Always, even when they had him walking. So why wouldn't Jesus, he all say, why isn't he sitting there because he was in his truth? What was he going to say at that moment when they're walking him down saying, hey, who are you? He was in his truth the whole time. So that would be my thing. And when this one's out, and your ego loves this one. Oh man, your ego loves your throat, because it does all of this here. And I am full of ego, of course. If you notice, I got a lot of Cosmoisms, because Cosmo and me just been kind of bonding. It's been a thing here. All right. So we could bond. So if you notice, but for real, I do want everybody to not live in somebody else's version of you. Live in your own version of you. Be who you are. If you got to go and speak to somebody, like for example, when you and Michelle had to tell your mom and dad were psychic mediums, your mom and dad just sat there like, now it doesn't matter. Right. But back then, that wasn't what you wanted to do, because it's like, when they didn't want to talk about what your girls did. Now they tell everybody what your girls do. So, but when you aren't in your own truth, it's and because it's not who you are, you're living under their identity of who you are, and that all deals with your throat chakra. So so this is another important one, and ego loves this one, as I said. And as I said, if you can't see Jesus doing any of these things, like gossiping with a cigarette, then please don't be doing it. I'm not saying, I'm saying he didn't enjoy whatever. I'm just saying he didn't sit there enjoying about Karen and Derek and whatever, and you might wonder who was a divine Karen in the Bible. She was somewhere, but just just under depiction, and you didn't see Krishna anywhere. Krishna's playing the flute going, I don't think Karen should be here. Get out, Karen. No, you didn't hear it. So just, if you can't imagine these divine Buddha, whoever doing it, then don't do it. It's just a poor, and I only said it because Trevor said something, which is Michelle's son. He gives her a stone, which is as a train stone. He says, and that is for gossiping. And I can't wear it because I gossip too much and I like it. But he admitted he liked it. So I can't really get too mad at him. But I'm just like, would you like, and I said, do you like somebody gossips about you? He said, I hate it. I'm like, but it's all right. And he also has this, so I'm like, you're not living in your truth. He's a good kid. I love him. Well, he's her kid, but in general, I love him. But when that's an example, but he said, I like it. So just live in your truth. Don't let somebody else dictate your truth. And gossiping, I just want it because I want peace. We want peace. Gossiping and misinformation. And it's not good information. It comes from your throat. You can stop it. You can say wonderful, empowered things. I'm in my truth. I speak only truth. I am the truth. When you say these things, you will speak more divine truth, and maybe even find out things you can say through the day. You are your words. You are your thoughts. Whatever you say goes out here. Whatever you think, whatever comes out of your mouth is how your world is going to be. So if you want your world to be fantastic, but yet you're gossiping over here or whatever, then let's not do that. If you want a peaceful world, love in your world, playfulness, let's bring more of that. And that way your world will reflect the inner and outer, what you think, what you're saying. And, but if you are, I know a lot of people do this. If you're out here right now in public, look at that person and say, what are you lying about? You can, it'd be great. And say, this is from Loki.
Yeah.
Just say Cosmos said it. It's all right. But I am done.
Perfect. Okay. Our next one is our third eye chakra. It's here in between our brow. Its color is indigo. Its element is all senses, including extrasensory perception, ESP. And it represents the light and the dark. So it's both. It's duality. Its sense is our knowledge of being. Its emotion is illusion. Its truth is seek only divine truth. Basic principle, I see. This represents our intellect, brain, open-mindedness, ability for divine reason, greater perspective, and trust in the universe. We may experience oneness with all creation and attain enlightenment. Our body parts: face, ears, eyes, nose, sinuses, cerebellum, central nervous system. Our gland is the pituitary. Symptoms of physical imbalance: poor vision, poor memory, over-analytical, anxiety, and mental fog. Symptoms of emotional imbalance: judgmental, feeling disconnected from intuition and gut instincts, lack or excessive use of imagination, narrow-mindedness, and denial. How to heal: we've got our affirmations. I trust my intuition. I am connected to the loving universal mind of the divine creator. I learned valuable lessons from my past experiences. And something we can do to help physically, we can meditate or journal. I think those are the best practices at that stage.
And this is a locaus. And that is, well, one of the things Sister Shivani was saying is this, we're talking about your chakra here, your third eye chakra. And she said, when you say, I am, you say, I am, my thoughts, I am. Well, who is that I am? This is your I am. This is your I am. Everything derives from here this is your I am. And this is a very important, this is who you identify. This is your identification of who you are in this classification here. But it's also your divine classification. And which is why illusion, and this would be so confusing to people. And you're starting out being, everybody's spiritual. It's when you get, I would say, misinformation, misfiling of your thoughts and information you get from early on to here is just misclassification of who your identity, illusion, who you are here. And when you're noticing, I want to be, you're discovering God, spirituality, and people have a hard time seeing because now you're fighting this illusionary. When I say fight, it's easy. All you've got to say, don't give the power to that. No, it's illusion. It's illusion. If it don't match with what you feel, it's illusion. And that's easy. But people don't find that easy. But I'm not going to say it's difficult. It's a very easy to just say, hey, it's all right. When you're in your truth, you'll feel it deep down your heart. And that's what, when Marcus was saying that, it affects everything in your heart, but you'll feel it in your heart. You'll feel it in your solar chakra. You'll feel it because that's where your truth center really is, your empowerment. And so that's why when this one's not in, balance, everything, all your chakras are kind of wonky in that, because now you're not in your truth. But to clear this one is easy. Be in your truth. Your reality of how, and you're be loving and everything else. But it's just so important, because I think everybody puts happiness on somebody else. And I see that so much anymore. You're looking at somebody else depend on your happiness and your happiness. And when they can't fulfill that, well, then something's wrong. No, that's not it. You're responsible for your own energy. They're responsible for their energy. You're not, and that is not, and this chakra deals with a lot of that kind of thinking and all of that. So this one is, it helps you empower you. Like just so many different things in it helps you with your thoughts and your actions through the day as well. And Sister Shivani used an example of which I absolutely love is when you wake up in the morning and you say, I have to have this cup of coffee. I have to have this cup of coffee. Well, you're putting a dependency on your physical body again. When it's easier when you just say, I choose to have it, you're not given that dependency. So just a change of words. And she said that, and it was absolutely fantastic. Like, and like we know that, but to how to speak it out, she's so calm. And she did that, and it was wonderful. Because Tony Robbins, not weird, but November is his spiritual mindful month. I mean, I thought that was great. And we're doing chakras. So I say, perfect. So, but this one affects a lot of things in that. So this one as well, and it's being in your center, a lot of yoga, I'm feeling a lot of yoga will help you, and that Sanguru talks a lot about in Krishna, and a lot of them will talk about and Sanskrit, and different yoga poses will help you get to your center and everything. So check anything out that's going to help that, because that is really, it affects all of your chakras. When this one's not in balance, it can really be, it will throw everything off along with your heart. So this one's very, very important, especially if you're a spiritual teacher, a spiritual anybody, or you just want to be a good person, contribute. If this one's not in play, and you're feeling like I'm getting my happiness here or whatever, well, what illusion are you carrying? And that is what we deal with on this part of Melchizedek, is what illusion and what part are you in on that. So I will end it on that, but I just thought that is the important part. I feel the divine or wanting to mention.
Perfect. So our last one is our crown chakra. It's at the top of our head towards the back. Its color is violet, white, and gold. Its element is thought, time, and space. Its emotion is attachment. Its truth is live in the present moment. Its basic principle, I know. This represents our purest being or higher self. Body parts is the cerebrum. Its gland is the pineal. Symptoms of imbalance, poor coordination, chronic tension headaches, fatigue, and confusion. I've got a lot of these on this one, so I know my crown is messed up, and you do too when we get to this one. Symptoms of emotional imbalance. You ready for this one, y'all? Lack of connection to the world, too much meditation, spending too much time astrally than physically, which blew my mind.
Michelle.
Yeah, right. And Zach Bagans and a lot of other people. Lack of focus, poor mental functioning, and difficulty with human tasks, because we're not here. We're just we're somewhere else floating around. So how to heal, affirmations. All that I need comes easily to me. I am on the perfect path to fulfill my life's purpose for my highest good. I observe my challenges with curiosity about what they are teaching me. It's physical ways to help. You can learn to meditate, or at least sit in silence to reflect. Expand your knowledge with books, videos, and teachings, and list 5 things you're grateful for every day.
And this is Michelle, since Angie just said, hey, Michelle, this is you.
Right.
Because you're right. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'd rather be with them. I mean, I'm not trying to dog everybody, but I'd rather be with who I know. And that, but it is lack of focus, and trying to come back to the reality of things. I don't really want to. I want to stay there. It's like, I don't want to. Right. And that's why the other part of me left, because it was all trash. I hear it was 3/4 trash, and what's left of me is, isn't that nice to hear? I hear Benjamin say, he goes, yeah, it was all trash. Well, I just like, and I'm like, hey, that's great to know. Nice. But yeah. But so don't be finding out you're like the Rumpke, like that's not, I'm trying to go like that, but that's how it felt. So I don't remember any of it. But just don't be a Michelle. That is. But when this one's off, it'll throw you completely off in that. So maybe I'm not the best to talk about this part of things. Says I guess I am, because Benjamin is teaching me. So yes, I am. I hear Benjamin saying, shut up, you are. But so Benjamin has me on a regimen of, and I actually haven't been reality shifting as much. He won't let me. Benjamin has come forth as spirit husband. And so if you hear me say spirit husband, that's Benjamin. He's my Scott. Yeah. Yeah, he's my Scott, and he loves me unconditionally. I love him unconditionally. And he has brought my house in order, which is shocking. And he did it in a way where I never did that. He did it. But he makes me stay here in this realm. He makes me listen to Tony Robbins. I have a Tony Robbins app. And I have not even heard for I've had a year. And I'm like, no. And he says, no, we're going to listen to that. Sarah Prout, come on. Gabby Bernstein, come on. I have art supplies to just do that. I have a TV in my den. He's like, watch some empowering things. Go outside, empower yourself. And we do prayer time. And, I am on a Bible site. It's called Life Worth Living. It's a Bible study, and I love it. And he makes, when I say make, I choose to do it, but I felt so much better. You find a song, she finds this, it's Grateful Month. Okay. So she has a song, a devotion song for grateful. Then what you do is, what does the lyric mean to you? What stuck out in the song? What lyric? Why? What are you grateful for? So then you would mention a couple of things why you're grateful for. And then you find, and then there's a scripture dealing with, being grateful. Then you write it in your own version. How do you describe it to somebody else? And how does it mean to you? And then you write your intentions for the whole day. What do you plan on? And then you pray to God. And so it's called casting and crowns. And what am I going to give to God today? What do I need from God? And I do that, but Benjamin makes me do this every day. And I say he literally has to force me to do this, and he won't let me reality shift. I think yesterday I did, but he said I needed a rest. But he said, if you don't hear me complaining, you're good. But if you hear me bitching at you, get off your ass and don't do it. Because, so when you say that now, it all makes sense why he's been. So no, I haven't been doing that. So you will feel a higher source pushing you. I feel like everybody has a Benjamin. Everybody in Destiny has a Raku. Trust me, he does the same thing, but he does it different than how Benjamin would. He doesn't have to go, Destiny. Raku's more gentle about things, I've seen. Mine, but it works for her. What works for me is you got to barely kick me in the ass to go do it. And he knows it. He may calm down later on, I'm sure, I'm hoping, but to clear that, really listen to your divine source, because reckless love, I mean, to me, it's all about, you hear that song from Corey Asbury is talking about, he'll look for you. He looks for you. There's the 99 sheep that are devoted, but he's going to look for you. And it's true. And the more you hear it, you feel like you are part of that. And I have not felt connected in a long time. And then, yes, I left, then you find it, you're trash, you were the trash. You go, what the hell? But you see Locaeus, so sad, and you're seeing it. And you go, wow, these are all the things they tried to instill, but I didn't listen because they were just, but it's all on me, not them. It was all on me. And Benjamin says that he doesn't come in. It's like the cheat sheet, divine cheat sheet. But that's what he says. We said, you still got to do the damn work, but everybody has it. Everybody has one. And the divine is always kind of kicking you in the ass to do the right things. And they don't want this one, because if this one is off, this is your connection over here to the great divine. And I didn't realize that. So I'm reality shifting. Yes, but I'm not in my because I'm not learning my lessons. I'm ignoring my lessons. I'm letting them just kind of. And when I'm in the world, and I'm showing my kids, look, mom's in the world. It's okay. And things aren't bothering me like they used to. And that, because you don't want, you don't feel empowered again. But I feel now that he's making me be here. I'd say I haven't really reality shifted. I do that at night only. Since I left, I'd say, so for 3 weeks, I would say, because that October 9th, then November 9th. So no, I really haven't been shifting. He won't let me. So, but it's more dealing with everyday life. And if you notice, it's been different energy, because that's what he's with mom and dad and having that relationship here and talking to Destiny and all of that. It's bringing me here. So I don't want to, then I'm more focused with the kids. And that, so if this one's off, so if you're reality shifting, so Zach Bagans, please, I love you so much. Don't do that. He's such a good guy. And I'm just addressing him. So he does actually admit he does do this. And that makes my heart feel bad, because he's such a good person. Look at all he does for people. And there's a lot of people that do exactly what he goes off like I did. But he's a good person. I'll look at all the things he could be, and I'm not saying could be doing. I get it. And I just address it because I feel so bad. If you are just shifting and daydreaming, you don't want to be here. That makes me sad, because you got to come over and do this all over again and keep doing this over and over. Benjamin says no. Benjamin said no, absolutely. He celebrated because he says, I don't want to come back and do this again, priestess. Because if you come back, because if I'd have left, then it's going down the line, or she leaves, it's going down, and if it's prematurely. And he's like, I don't want to do this again. It's not fair, because I don't want to come there. I want you in Atlantis with me. And Angie wants to be in Atlantis, and do all this. This isn't fair, defects. And your life lesson was just prematurely, no, it's over trash. Don't let the trash get to you. Get out of your cave, do things. I'm out of my cave. I don't like it. I want back in my cave, but I'm out. But Angie, I'm glad you did, because Benjamin stuck me under the bus, and I was going to bring him to say, but he said, no, you can address this one. So yeah, please get out of, and it's getting out of yourself and contribute. The more I'm out, like we got a reading Friday, I'm excited about it, because it's like, we're going to be doing it out and helping, and I'm going to do TikToks. I just don't understand it. My kids don't understand it. So we had to understand it, but I want to get out of my shell and do things. And so this is, I think, appropriate, and I'm excited talking about all of that. So I'm going to just, because we get to talk too much over on this end. So I'm going to,
Well, that was all the chakras. So do you want to do a color therapy healing of all our chakras? And again, color therapy, I didn't mention it because it's the same thing for each one. It's picturing the color of the chakra in the area of the chakra to clear the chakra. And you want a bright color. So the spirit is going to lead us in a meditation so we can clear our chakras.
Absolutely. And then it says, there's Lucaeus. They'll threw me out to do this one. And not that I don't want to. I'm just, yeah, I know. I get, so everybody, yeah, I need to come out more. I've been hiding. I'm hiding in, yeah. Just, I gotta get to myself. But yeah, we're going to lead it, but we're also going to show after this meditation, we're going to show you a very quick Kaya Wittenberg and Dolores Cannon, beautiful spiritual teachers out there as well. Check them out. Beautiful, beautiful. And Kaya Wittenberg and Dolores Cannon mentioned this quick, but we're going to do it after the quick because we want you to do the color therapy. There's so many different, there's vibrations. And that we did post some different chakra, we'll just roll fast. There's guided meditations for this. There's guided. So if you like guided meditations, Sarah Hall is one of my top suggestions. I'm sorry. She's one of my favorites. She's got a beautiful voice. Milan is another one. If you have not checked out, Meilan, check her out as well. She's got beautiful, and she always deals with her chakras as well. And this is Lucaeus. Okay, Trevor, exit because you're not involved in the camera. We love you. He tries to be on camera. We love Trevor, but you know. But okay, Trevor, you're messing with my energy for real. I love you. Sorry, he's in here posing. Okay, I can't concentrate. But it's a lot. Okay, Trevor, for real. All right, I'm just have to go rounding. I'm sorry if everybody's all watching. I apologize. We do love you, but energy's here, so I'm trying to keep it focused. Your shock. So Sarah Hall would be. So you got your guided. Milan. Then you got your vibrational Tibetan bells. You got those. Listen to that. The bowls can sometimes the vibrations of that. You got binaural hertz. So you got a variety of things that will clear depending on how long. Do you want to do a 3-hour meditation clearing? Do you want to do a 5-second? It's all up to you how often. If you feel it off, it's good. But this is a color one. So, and mind you, this one is how spirit is doing it, but you can take it however you want to take it. You can start wherever you want to start. I would just say, so how I'm starting does not mean this is how you have to start. Just to say. So I always start from your root chakra and I go up that way. That is, to me, that's how I always do this. And that, so we're going to start with the root chakra, which is your red. So you can close your eyes. You can leave your eyes open. However you choose to do this, and that it's a some effective. And that, so what you want to do is see you close your eyes, keep them open, however it works for you. But we're going for this example, closing eyes, is you now see your chakras, see the red. Now, is it a light red? Is it a dull red? If it is a dull red, this means that this chakra is off in some way, and it should be spinning clockwise. It should be spinning. And if you're seeing kind of a heart of a spin on each of these chakras, we need to get it and clean that out. So you start visualizing just a bright redness, and you're just breathing it out, just breathing in this energy. And you're breathing out this negative crap that does not need to be in there. And when you're breathing in now, we're going to bring in good, positive light to now clear this particular chakra. So when we breathe in now, we're going to breathe in. We're breathing in good, breathing out bad. All this negative crap, garbage, it is not longer needed into this particular chakra. And you can spend as much time on this chakra as you need to. But for time purposes, I'm just going to lightly go to each of the chakras. So that is the basis of how you would do this. But for time's sake, so now we're going to move up to the sacral chakra. I apologize. Can't get to the mind here. And it's orange. Same principle. How is it spinning? What color orange is it? Is it dull? Is it bright? If it is dull, then you need to clear this chakra. This needs to be clear. So what thoughts are you holding? Whatever thoughts dealing with sexual, what is wrong or whatever is coming into, whatever the thoughts, it's not really whatever is bothering you will come out when you breathe this energy in and out. When you bring the garbage out and you're breathing. and just very calm. No matter what the thoughts are, just give it to God, forgive the thoughts. It does not matter what it was, whatever it was. It's just, it don't need to be there because God knows what it was. So it's not up to you for the human mind to decipher. So it's whatever has brought it to that level. So, and just very calm. And you'll start seeing it spin beautifully in a bright orange, and it should really glow, like hurt your eyes glow. So now we're going to move up to your solar chakra, which is now yellow. And the same thing. We're just going to look at that, study how, is it dull? Is it bright? And just breathe in. And just feel the calmness. And it's simply the calm in the mind. You're even paying attention to the chakra. And I feel with this one, it makes it happy when you're paying attention to this one. Because this is where you store all your garbage, all your doubts and the fears and everything. And this one holds it. And I can feel like a lot of people lifting on this one. Like you just feel so much better. So just feel better. Feel it in as well. As you clear the chakras, feel how much better you're feeling. So this one in particular, just feel how good you feel with this one. And to see the bright collar just pop open. Now you want to go to your heart chakra. This one, I'm seeing a lot of dull with a lot of people because this one here is the most, I think, abused chakra of all your chakras. And that is, go ahead and if you feel sadness, I'm feeling a lot of sadness from a lot of people, a lot of anger, a lot of hurt, a lot of resentment, a lot of I don't forgive. All that go, give it to God. It is not for you to hold anymore. It is for you to let go. So as you breathe, just let it in, breathe in, this good, wonderful, divine love, and then breathe, and then, you're breathing out all this negative crap that is not needed. And notice that heart chakra needs that green. It needs to be like the green, and see how it spins beautifully, and just see it open and say, thank you for paying attention to me. Thank you so much. Let it all go. This don't need to be held anymore. So we're going to go to your third eye. We're going to do your third eye chakra. Throat chakra. I apologize. I'm going to skip the throat altogether. I apologize. I was so focused over here. I know the chakras. Oh, Mom. So I apologize. But all right, Benjamin, you can go through. It's okay. Let's get over here.
You got it.
That's all right. He backed out. All right. So your throat chakra. Hold on. All right. So we're going to just breathe in again. Like that. And we're just going to, the blue, the voice. The reason I will say why he skipped it during his meditation is because he hasn't had a voice.
Oh, yeah.
That's why he skipped it. So everybody knows he's not felt like he's had a voice in a month. So that's why he skipped it. But same thing, and if you feel like you got cleared out and that, because if your throat hurts or anything, your throat should start feeling so much better in the blue. It should just be vibrant blue. You should start seeing that spin and everything else. Just be so beautiful. And now we're going to go to your third eye. Okay. No. All right. So we're going to do that. It's going to be purple and that purple. And we're going to just see this beautiful purple. It's going to be bright purple. And also this one can be clear also. So if you start seeing, this can be a rainbow colored as well. So if you don't see purple and you see clear or whatever color that one here is a very, whatever color pops in, it's most defining on what chakra. If you are more into your heart, you may see green and purple or whatever, how you define your third eye. So just know whatever color you see as this one comes up, it's okay. It is all right. But you may feel like a dull headache. You might feel, as we start clearing this one, you may feel a little bit of pulsation, and that's okay. It means you're clearing your third eye. So, and whatever color, purple, pink, whatever comes with this one particular one, that is all right. But see it bright, color, beautiful. See your connection to the angels, to God, and all of that. You will start seeing all this definition here. So okay is all right. So now we're going to do the light. It's going to be golden here. Golden, clear, bright, mystic over here. And it's just absolutely the most beautiful one. It's the most brightest one. And this is one you're going to start really feeling the divine, your divine nature, you'll feel that. And this one here is very simple, and you'll start feeling yourself connect to the higher realms with this one. So when you start feeling this connection to the angels and to God, you'll start feeling that so fast. This one's going to come out clear, mystic, whatever color comes up for you, and just let that go. And now we're going to do our aura, because our aura as well, which is the energy on the outer part of the body, which everybody takes advantage or doesn't really understand. So Lucaeus, okay, it's still Benjamin. We're going to go and just clear this. And it should be a doll. If you see a doll, it should be like a circle bubble around your physical body. And this one here, it's affirmations. I am powerful. I am a divine being. And so that's how you clear this one, through words and affirmations and your good thoughts. And more you say these empowering words, this will clear this particular chakra. This will, not chakra, but energy center. You call it a chakra, whatever, because many Buddhists and other realms do call this a chakra. And this one's actually important, because if you feel you're a victim, people will view you as a victim. So you want to make sure positivity is all on the aura. So to clear the aura, the best way is affirmations and positive words. And so then to just really wrap it all up is empower yourself. I am a powerful being. I am a powerful, bright source light. I am love. I am unconditional love. All my chakras are cleared under the divine. I am love. I am light. I am the master of my own light. I am the master of my life. I'm the master of my destiny. I am the master of my life. And empowers you, and it seals you. You're sealed and you're grounded now. You're up and you're divinely connected to the higher realms. And you are as well giving love and light to everybody around you, to your community, to your world. And as well, when you're carrying this light within, let's push it out, and let's feed this light to everybody around us, because everybody can use this light and love all around. Imagine this light leaving your neighborhood, going out of your state. Now it's leaving your country. It is going now above your earth. It is going to the different universes, different multiverses, and hitting you on these different multiversal levels. It's clearing everybody else in these different multiversal levels. It is hitting people that you don't have here anymore, your ancestors. It hits them. And that is so beautiful and loving. It's other beings. Your love is hitting everywhere else. So understand that the more we do things like this every day, imagine the kind of peaceful world we're going to have. And it all takes with just starting with your inner and moving it outward. And you've seen how easy this was. And we just wrap it up as such. And that is how we do that. And it's very simple. And then you want to do a very short version of that. Kaya Wittenberg and Dolores Cannon said, okay, he's still not, okay. We're going to, and you said you just start like right here, wherever you want to start. And it's like clear, 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 like that. That's just a very simple. And he said, that'll just get you to when you have time and you picture it clear. But he said, that's just, if you're in the middle of something, you're in a crowd or something, and you have to do something like that. It's very simple. But they do suggest do it in a longer one, but that'll just be but the color one is a very effective one, because you to see each other in the light and that too. So I would like to, that is how we would do these and that. So, and I would like to thank Lucaeus on that, because now he won't come back out. He won't come back out now, but I'm not putting him under the bus, but he threw out the throat because he's not felt empowered in that. So I want you to understand, when you don't feel empowered at anything, even a deity. So that's why he did accidentally.
Destiny said it was so good to hear from you, Lucaeus, and gave hearts. And I agree. It's been a while. So I'm going to round of applause for Lucaeus, because I know that wasn't easy for you and you did a hell of a job. So I'm very thankful for that. And I think this was great. So got a couple of comments. Angie was here and said hi there. Hello, Angie. Shelly was watching from Tennessee. Hello. Hope you're settling in, Shelly. Jennifer was here and said hello, beauties, and a wave. And Destiny was like, hey, it's always yoga. Yes, there's on the things I'll post, there's a yoga for every one of these chakras. And yoga is the answer for a lot of these things, these stretches and getting your energy flowing again. It's very worth doing.
Absolutely. And that this is Benjamin, and I'm trying to, you're feeling a little chaos here. I'm trying to kind of help him out here. But I'm going to bring Marcus.
Okay, perfect.
And this is Marcus, and thank you for doing that for Lucas. He did a hell of a job in that. So thank you for everybody. He's been taking this, and it's not about it just, but we appreciate in that, and Benjamin coming forth in that. But this was a very important subject to address. And anybody has any other information as well, please add that. And then because our Facebook, any format we have is made for anybody's to add. We got the books, we got the Spotify. So anything that inspires you will inspire everybody else. So please be to teach others is what started you off. What's inspiring you? So mention that. So what helps you with you chakras? What has helped with everything? And another thing I would like to add is a Reiki. A lot of people associate with Reiki, which is, if you are in Reiki, that's wonderful. They used to be into Reiki, and it's still, except for the symbols, they teach the chakras, and it's a wonderful energy. But as well, they did teach on that is this: if your chakra is too far out energy, you need to do that, just kind of adjusting, and you'll feel a stop like that. So, and sometimes your heart chakra can be way out like that, and you'll feel when to stop. Like that's your personal space when to stop. And you don't have to be a Reiki master to do that one. That one you can just do, but so please feel free to do that when you are clearing your chakras. If you feel like, I felt inspired to say that to other people as well. So if you feel that you need to do that as well with your chakras, and Angela will post all of this on the Facebook forum, and please feel free to join on the Spotify playlist. Add your music. We're curious. We have one hell of a playlist added. You put it on, and we got it on shuffle. I couldn't think of the word shuffle. It is amazing to hear the music that has inspired these two. Lori told Laura, and Laura's like, oh, I can have music, and she was happy because she's got a lot of wonderful. Some of these are from, and then Angie, we're listening to a lot of the ones Angie put on as well. So please feel free. And we got a book club. What's inspiring you? Please add that. In one of the books called Ramayana is kind of Benjamin here. He's Rama. So, and they're all part of the Krishna family. So if y'all wondered if it was Shiva, no, it's me, not ego. But India has been teaching these things, and I really wish that more people understood chakras and the energy centers, because this is so important. Affirmations, your thoughts, your actions, everything affects them. So not only visualizing, clearing, and what we said, you notice all of the thoughts, words, actions, every single chakra is affected by what you're thinking. And whatever you think in here is what you're going to put out here. And Creator did not design all of this for you to have this illusion of you're not worthy. Love, as we said, flows. There is no separation at all in love. So I did want to add that there is no separation in that. So we appreciate everybody joining in. We're thankful that everybody was here. And please feel like we said, please join in any of the Facebook. And I would like to give a second to thank Angie for all her hard work that she does, like the book club, starting the Spotify, doing all of these wonderful things that she said we're going to be doing TikTok, and she goes out of her way to make this website a beautiful thing. I would like to acknowledge that, because she does put a lot of hard work and acknowledgement. So I would like to thank her for that, because she put so much hard work into that. So, and then what was the thing you and Scott always say, which I thought, I love this thing you always say as well, as a very good affirmation you can use for yours. Michelle loves this. I think it's great, but I'm going to let Angie say it. But I did want to thank you, Angie, for absolutely everything from our end, and starting on the book, getting this book, and starting going here and an inspiration. So I would like to thank Angie for everything. So please, if you're on here, please thank Angie, because she does a beautiful, beautiful job, and everything you see is really inspired over here. And that, because Michelle's brain, we're not, but no, for real. I mean, we're grateful for everything. And I will make sure she is acknowledged for all of this. Even the Facebook Lives was all over here. And not so, and please feel free to watch the beginnings of these. And yeah, and I mean, they're fascinating to watch, and watching the comments on the side on the third one.
Yeah, there was a huge learning curve that I didn't know how to use Zoom, and everything was like, hey, do this and this. What it didn't say is you need to pay for Zoom to do what you want to do, Angie. That just would have said that. And I'm like, oh, I need to pay for Zoom. Okay. It took us a while. I don't know what point we got there, but 3, I guess we were sideways the whole time. I didn't know. So it's a hoot. You're divine. He is playful, create, and that's how you learn. And it's all amusing. It's all right. You know how you're not the first and you're not the last. So I'm going to hush it from my end. So thank you, everybody, for wherever you're at, whatever time zone you're at. Thank you for being here on the behalf of Lazarus and Angie. So we'll want the beautiful priestess over here, because she's just so much more beautiful. Come on, man. She has her own hammock. Come on. She has her own hammock over there. She has a hammock. You know it. If I have a hammock, she's got a hammock. Now, Scott's going to have you a hammock. Come on. And the turtle, he's going to have you a hammock. I always loved Gilligan's hammock. So I guess the thing that Scott and I say is teamwork makes the dream work, because we've got a smaller kitchen. It's a big room, but kitchen wise, it's kind of small. And we dance around each other getting stuff done, because teamwork makes the dream work, and we work together to get things done. And Michelle and I, we're working together to get this stuff done. So teamwork makes the dream work. Keep that in mind, and then build good community with people, make good teams. I pulled a card to help us with the week to see what we got, and I thought it was very fitting. Always find time for the things that make you feel happy to be alive. Again, if we want to uplift ourselves, and that is with happiness. We don't want to worry. We want to be happy. We want to feel safe. And God wants that for all of us. Spirit wants that for us. The universe wants that. We are here to learn lessons, and we should be safe and secure while we are here doing it. And thank you for thanking me for doing work. But again, I don't want to reincarnate here and do it again. So I'm trying really hard to get it done and get it out. And I want it done right. I want Spirit to get their message across, because I want people to get it. It's time. It's time for us to get it. So thank you for listening, and for interacting with us, and for learning with us, and for teaching us also all of this stuff. We're very thankful for you guys. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week, and we will see you on Thursday for Ask Lazarus. If you'd like a reading or have a card pulled for you, just ask us. If you can't join us, you can always ask us ahead of time, and we will get you on the list to get a reading for you. We love y'all as always. Thanks again for joining us. I hope that you learned something about chakras today, that it has some understanding for you, because it's super important, because it's our reality. This is how our meat robot works. And the more we understand it, the more we can fix these things and have better experiences. Perfect. We love you guys. We will see you in our next live.